Education was not that great in Eastern Kentucky, and neither was transportation very great. It said if he calls a meeting, he says, if all the people that has children that will attend this school bring 4 logs. So when they collected the logs, they built the building. And when you look up and down the wall, you can see an oak log and a pine log and a softwood log. So that meant whatever that farmer had, that's what he brought. If he had a pine log laying out there, he wasn't going to go out there and cut an oak tree to bring the oak log. So it was community effort. When they built the building, the parents got together and hired the teacher. When they hired the teacher, it's going to pay $19 a month. But now here, you know, in those days, everybody had their own way of doing their thing. Now, if you lived on the other side of the county, and you had to be here at 8 o'clock for the bell went off, 9 times out of 10, you couldn't get from the other side of the county over here to open the school. That was on McKenzie branch where it actually sits. So the parents said, well, hey, you can board with us for $2 a week. That's Mondays through Fridays. And then if you don't want to go home on Saturday, it says for $2 a week. But if you want to go home on Saturday and Sunday, if you don't want to go home, you stay for their charge on weekends. Because we're paying you to teach the children through the week, so we need to charge you board through the week. But on Saturday and Sunday, you can stay free of charge. I mean, you know, that was their idea, you know. They wasn't working, so everybody gets to sit, you know. There was 8 classes taught in here, from the 1st grade to the 8th grade. And sometimes, you know, even our school system today is really sort of the foundation, and it really is the foundation of our education today. If you have a child that's in the 3rd grade, you've got everybody in the 3rd grade class, or you've got a 4th grade class, or you've got a 5th grade class. In this school, you would have 8 classes. So every child, when one class was taught, every child got to hear that class. So this was a class bench. The proper name for this bench is the recitation bench. And so the teacher would call each class up and teach from this bench. They taught by grad method. They had no calculators. They had no pen machines. They had no pencils and paper, very little. They usually used a quill pen. And if they used a quill pen, they'd have to go out and get pokeberries and mash them up to get a little bit of ink. If it was very windy, then you didn't write anything because it dried pokeberries up. You know, see, that was another thing. Everybody drank from the same cup. You had to go to the well, draw the water up, and then drink from the same cup. We try to stress to the young children that you don't do that today because you might catch germs. You know, after 1946, you found out there was penicillin and there was germs. Before 1946, you didn't know that there was germs. That made a lot of difference, you know. To skip the loop, we always had discipline. This is their discipline. That's part of the paddle of Casey together because it's very, very weak. And it really hurt, and teachers did not. And you'll say scar the child if the boys was mean, they all got whooped, or the girls. And that was another thing, if you got whooped at school, you got one when you got home because the parents was determined that they were paying out money to see that your children were educated, and therefore they was to look up and respect that teacher by all means, because they're the ones teaching you what you need to know, and that was their determination that the parents wanted to make sure that their children obeyed. They had another type of discipline, and that was the dunce. Now the dunce, normally they turn this chair around, but normally they turn the chair backwards and say you face the crack in the wall. And the dunce actually meant exactly what it said on the cap, D-U-N-C-E. And children never forgot. In other words, they always kids the other children just like they do today. That little thing they went, shame me. Well, the teacher didn't want nobody to say, shame on you for sitting on the nuts, but somebody would go, well, war already broke out then. So sometimes the teacher would have to be called over, because that would mean you was the dunce for sitting in the seat. Then they had another little thing that you would have to stand on your tiptoes and put your nose in the ring. I said, I don't know if maybe they stand there for 5 minutes. That was punishment. That was every bit punishment of prison. I always said, if you did come out corrected, you swear to strong animals. That was another thing. This blackboard is the original blackboard.
Wow.
It is not a slate blackboard that you see. Today we don't have blackboards at school. This is just meal cut poplar boards at a sawmill. You can take poplar, you can paint it, shellac it, varnish it, you can do anything you want to with poplar. This, one of our historians said it was impregnated with flat black paint. I said it's impregnated with coal and coal oil, because there's no way that there is flat black paint in Eastern Kentucky, because I could not find it. I've got it in New York, but didn't find it in Eastern Kentucky. So that's another thing. Everything that was written on here has been on this board for many, many years. They kept the certain things that they wanted you to remember from the little kids right on up to the 8th grade. And they stayed on the board because that's the only way they could do it. It was really glad that it was like, to me, memorizing. And they teach you, it's called teach and repeat. That's about what it is.
Now, how many, if there were 8 grades in the recitation, how many students total?
There was, 20 to 60 children at all times in the school. Now, when I'm talking to 20 kids, that's the smaller children that wasn't able to do anything, like doing chores, a lot of chores. With 60 kids, that meant that was 60 kids at one time would be in the school. And that ranged from the age of 6 years old to 20-year-olds. Now, they were here just for the 3 hours. Read, write, arithmetic. That was what they was really here for. When you really think about this school always started the 3rd Monday after July. And that would be after blackberry picking time. They would pick their blackberries. Then everybody started the school. So there were 60 kids in here. Then maybe when hay and beans and everything the crops begin to have to be taken care of, harvest, then there would be 20 kids. That was the 20 that didn't have much to do. So then, when it got a little bit up into the colder part, then the 60 got back. So the 60 didn't really get the full 6 months of school. School was always out in February, and it was a prerogative of the teacher, because remember, they didn't even have, it wasn't even the county system. The county system did not